Thank you for joining me for some Silver Sneakers yoga. We are just going to start in a little bit of a wider stance here. Feet kind of out at an angle and just taking a nice breath in, drawing the hands up, exhaling down and inhaling up, exhaling down. Let's take it forward. So as we come out about shoulder height, we're going to round our spine, pull the navel in, and then lift and open, straighten up tall, maybe lift the chin a little bit here, and exhaling, rounding, a little bend in the hips and the knees, warming the whole body here. One more nice breath. And from here, just holding the hands out to the side, we're going to bend at the hips and the knees here and just come up and down nice and slow, pushing into the heels, kind of heavy in the heels right now. And from here, we are going to lean forward just a little bit, not a big shift, but as we send our body forward just a little here, we're gonna bend at the hips and the knees and challenge our balance. Hold on to the chair if you need to, but as we rise, we're pushing into the toes, and then as we bend down, we're pushing into the toes a little bit still. So a nice movement through the hips and the knees, warming up the ankles and the feet. Wonderful work. Last time down. And relaxing the arms. And we are just going to step 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Hold on to the chair if you'd like. And we are going to bend that front knee. I'm leaning forward into the knee, but I don't want the knee to go past the toe. So I'm starting up tall, and then I'm going to bend into it. And I really am pushing down through the heel as well, and not letting that front knee go forward beyond the toe. So still warming, still getting some range of motion through those lower legs. And from here, we're going to straighten the legs, draw the navel in, and hinge forward from the hip. Thinking about creating a little stretch through the back side of the body, the hamstring. And we're going to rise up, draw the hands up, or maybe one hand if you're holding onto the chair. Nice big breath, reach up tall and exhale down. Wonderful. From here, we are going to roll up onto that back toe, lift the heel, and push it back down. So as we continue through this little range of motion, we're lifting and pushing and lifting and pushing, really working through the legs today here, and down we go. Wonderful work. All right, we are going to switch feet, step the other one back, and finding that bend in the knee, that forward knee, just pushing forward a little bit here, pushing into the back heel. And my hips and toes are facing the same direction. So we're not turning anything out. We really want to have the toes facing forward. And from here, just a nice engaged through that lower leg and straightening the legs here, pulling the navel in, hinge forward from the hips, challenge that back of the leg, nice stretch through the hamstrings, maybe even feel it pulling a little bit on that low back. Fabulous, come on back up. And from here, thinking about that back leg, we're gonna roll up onto that back toe and push it back into the heel, rolling up and pushing. Great work. And one more time, onto the toe, push into the heel, Fabulous. All right, stepping the legs together. And we are going to work a little bit of the hips and that low abdomen and back here today. So working from here, we're going to roll up onto a toe, bending the knee here, and just beginning to lift the knee, maybe a little toe tap instead of holding onto the chair. The chair's not always going to be with us when we're a little unstable. So the toe tap works to catch yourself, right? So from here, a nice little hold if you'd like. Hold onto the chair for a little balance, maybe touch on and off here. And bring it down. We're gonna go over to the other side. Here we go. Lifting, maybe following through with that toe tap for the other side. One side of the body may have better balance than the other. That's okay. Do what works for you. Wonderful. And lifting the knee. Great job here. And coming down. All right. And from here, as we lift the knee this time, we're going to bring it out to the side, opening through the hips and the pelvis, working that low back a little bit as well. And I'm just going to rest the toe down. So I am actually posing the toe out to the side a little bit, not so tight into the inside of the foot. So I'm opening the knee, opening the hip a little bit here. And then I'm going to do a nice rotation. So pull that toe all the way out and around, or the heel comes out and around, and you feel the whole rotation through the hip. And then we're going to pull that knee back outward. Heel comes in. Great work for that hip, and bring it in. Wonderful. All right, here we go for that other side. Lifting the knee, nice challenge here. Take it out to the side. We're nice and open. And then resting it on to the ground. The toe is supporting us here. And when you're ready, a nice rotation. Pull that knee around, bring that heel all the way out. And bringing it back. Great work. And stepping it together. Wonderful. Fabulous rotation for those hips. And from here, just taking the feet a little hip width apart, we're going to come down into a little bit of a squat or a chair pose. So we want to pull the navel in, kind of begin to sit back just a little bit here. Hold on to the chair or extend the arms out. Wonderful work. And we want to make sure that we're not clenching up towards our ears. We want to relax those shoulders down and away from the ears. Navel is in, a nice little hold here as we challenge our legs, shoulders, back. Here we go. Rise up, reach up tall. A big inhale at the top and come on back down. We're going to sit back into chair pose here. And then we're going to just shift from side to side. If you need to, hold on to the chair for a little steadiness. But we're working through the sides of the hips, side to side, a little shift. And we are going to think about the sides of our feet. So we may feel heavy in the heel here as we stop on one side. And then you want to think about coming towards that pinky toe up front and shift over to the other side here. Same thing, check in with that foot. If you're heavy in the heel, maybe just lean forward just a little bit more, thinking about the outside of each foot. One more, shift from side to side. Fabulous. Coming back to center, chair pose all the way up into a nice big inhale up tall. And exhaling down. And if you're like me, don't even have to give the dog a treat. She is sleeping. And from here, we are going to turn the toes outward, heels closer together. I'm not going to say bring them touching because you do want a little bit of a space, but with the toes all the way out or as open as what they can be, we're really rotating through the hips, opening the pelvis a little bit here. And so we want to make sure that we have good posture, standing up tall, and then we're going to come into a little bit of a plie. You need to the chair and sending the knees out to follow the direction of the toes. I'm not going down very deep. I don't want you down here. Come up tall. Just bend the knees. Give yourselves a little bit of work through the hips, inner and outer thighs, pushing into the heels. And then we're going to think about just pushing into those toes. And we're not even lifting the heels, but we're just challenging our legs and our feet. And we're going to come back up right and turn the toes towards one another, kind of a pigeon toes position, really rotate through those hips. And from here, just take a nice breath in, drawing the hands up, exhaling down. Wonderful work. And thinking about pushing into those toes, but not lifting the heels. Just challenging that balance as we shift forward and back. Great workout for our hips this morning. And coming into a little neutral position. Just a little march it out or pedal the feet. All right. And creating a little strength, a little heat through the hips here. I'm going to step in front of my chair and push down through one heel. That bend in the knee again here. And I'm really going to challenge the balance here. So as I bring the hands up in front, taking a nice breath, check in to have that good posture. I don't want to lean too far forward. I want to make sure that the shoulder is above the hip here. And when I'm ready, I'm going to reach up tall, maybe using one hand on the chair. And from here, I really want to begin to arch back just a little bit. Lift the chin, lift the chest, working through that whole backside to challenge my reach overhead, stretching through the front of the body, and relaxing those arms down. Wonderful work here. We're going to take it out to the side, and I'm going to go into a little bit of a twist here. So I want to twist to the open side of the body. I'm not going to get very far around with my toe facing forward. So I'm going to open the toe to the back a little bit. So now I'm rotating a little farther around, challenging through the hips. And I'm going to use my head to turn from one hand to the other. Rotating from one side over to the other side. Challenge my balance and stability. You may stay here if you'd like, or lift the arm up overhead. Maybe you're holding onto the chair, whatever works for you. And bring it back down, arms coming down. And we're just going to step together. Walk those feet out, heels are lifting. Great job. Right. I'm gonna go to the other side. If you would like to run around your chair going to that side, that might help you as well. So, oh, she perked up. All right, from here, the other side, we are going to take that step forward, push into that back heel here, and just keeping the hips and toes facing the same direction, when you're ready, extend those arms out. A little bend in that front knee for a little support here, and checking in with the body, having that good posture. The shoulder is just above the hip here. And when you're ready, lifting up, encouraging the arms to come up tall. Taking that breath in and maybe holding on to the chair if you'd like. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of that arch. Looking up, lifting the chin, reaching through the fingertips, lengthening through the front of the body. We're getting tall and long. And wonderful work. Bringing those arms back out in front. Here comes the twist. Extend the arms out to the side. Rotate that foot, the back foot around, and find a little bit more of the twist. And challenge our balance, looking from side to side. Looking towards each hand here and coming back around. Wonderful work. Here we go. Drop the back hand, lift that front hand. Great challenge. And lowering it back down. Wonderful. Step the feet together and march it out. Warming up through those hips now. Wonderful work. And we're just going to come in front of the chair, a little wider stance. And when you're ready, coming into that chair pose, we're going to hover over the chair just a little bit. Starting off high and then ease your way down into the chair, nice and slow. And having a seat. Wonderful work. And giving the dog a treat here. Good job, Millie. All right. Scooting forward in the chair, giving the hips and knees a little bit more space to move. We are just going to draw the hands out here. My palms are up, and I'm going to look over to one and just reach and think about wiggling those fingers, maybe get a little longer. So I'm going to try to lean over to that side, reach a little bit here, moving from the waist and coming back to center, looking over to the other side and wiggling and beginning to reach that side, leaning over. Great job. And coming back to center, relaxing the arms down. Nice breath in, letting it go, and into little shoulder circles. And let's bring those elbows into it, one side and then the other. Thinking about the core, we're going to tighten the abdomen, and as we begin to bring an elbow around, we're tightening and twisting, maybe rotating a little bit more to one side and then over to the other side. Really challenging through the core, through the spine, that low back. Great work. Last one each side here. Fabulous. Coming back to center, dropping the hands down along the side here, and we're going to lean forward and then begin to swoop the arms all the way up in front, overhead. A big inhale at the top, exhale on the way down, swooping backwards, bring the arms back behind you, and another swoop up. Big inhale, exhale on the way down. Great work. And this time as we swoop up, We are going to stay up here and wave our hands from side to side. A little palm tree blowing in the wind. Great work. And coming into a little zigzag as we lower the arms down side to side. Tightening the core here. And a little gentle twist for either side. Wonderful. Coming back to center. Shoulders are back. Arms are just resting along the side body here. And we are going to roll up to the sides of our feet. So we're picking up the arches, allowing the ankles to stretch out a little bit here. The knees are coming a little bit wider. Great work. And we're going to roll forward onto our toes, lift the heels. And when you're ready, kind of begin to roll those feet towards one another. You might need to step it out a little bit, bringing the arch of the foot towards the floor, lifting that outer edge of the foot. And from here, rolling into the heels, lifting those toes. Fabulous. And shake them out, do a little dance, whatever feels good to you. And from here, we are going to push down through a heel down on the floor, toe is up. We're just going to take that nice breath in, draw the hands up, and hinge from the hips. Not reaching over the toe, but at a nice angle. We want to have our hips be the hinge here. And we're stretching through the backside of that leg. You might even feel the hamstring stretch here through the back of the knee or that low back even. Great work here. And reaching up, coming up tall, exhaling as we circle down and around. Placing the hands on the legs, we're going to push into the heel and leaning forward once again. This time we're going to kind of allow the back to round a little bit and bring our hands down towards our ankle. Just stretching a little bit different muscle group here. The back might feel a little bit different. Wonderful. And just coming up nice and tall. Nice breath in, shoulders coming back, letting it go. And let's switch feet. Push down through the other heel here. And when you're ready, take that nice breath in. Big inhale up and hinging forward from the hips. Heel down, toe up. We're really focusing on a nice straight spine, stretching through that hamstring area, the back leg, maybe even that low back. Really enjoying a gentle stretch, never bouncing. We don't want to take a chance of tearing or hurting our muscles. And rising up, inhaling. Circling out and around, and just a nice breath in, leaning forward, still pushing into that heel, but allowing the back to round a little bit more here, and bringing the hand down towards the ankle. Just a gentle stretch. And rising up, big inhale here, and letting it go. Wonderful work. Bringing the feet together and scooting back in our chairs, maybe giving the dog a treat here because she's doing so well this morning. And letting the chair really support you, having your feet flat on the floor, just everything feeling to let go into the chair, relaxing. We're going to focus on bringing that breath into those hips. Think about bringing it deep down into the hip and that low back area. We did some twisting through and letting it go, exhaling it back out. Breathing in and out through the nose here. And I have a little challenge for you this morning. Instead of always breathing into the heart or the lungs and then to the back of the throat, if you can feel the back of the chair along the back ribs, you want to think about breathing into those ribs in the back. So you might feel yourself kind of move a little bit differently. Maybe the shoulders rise a little differently. But we're really thinking about breathing into that low back or that rib area here. Maybe pushing yourself away from the chair a little bit even. Great work. Practicing breathing is so important. Wonderful job today. Just one more nice big breath in with those arms up. Exhale on the way down. Bringing the hands to the heart. Take a bow. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and take care.